Give me a kiss to build a dream on. And here we go. Good morning, friends. How's everybody? I hope this finds you well. I hope you woke up in a good mood and feel as good as I do being here with you. It's been a good week. I'm happy that it's been a good week, and spending the Sunday with you is pretty much the highlight of my week. So thanks for being part of the highlight. I'm assuming that everything sounds okay and looks okay, but as you know, we've changed software. So if you see that there's any differences in the volumes or any of that, please feel free to say so. If someone can confirm that the Twitch stream is working okay, that would be appreciated as well. I feel great gratitude and love for all of you right off the bat this morning, so thank you.
Yes, give me a kiss to build a dream on. My imagination will thrive upon that kiss. Sweetheart, I ask no more than this. Kiss to build a dream on. Yes, give me a kiss before you leave me. My imagination will feed my hungry heart. Leave me one thing before we part. Kiss the build the dream on. When I'm alone with my fancies, I'll be weaving romances, making believe they're true. They give me your lips for just a moment. My imagination will make that moment live. Give me what you alone can give. Kiss the build a dream on. When I'm alone with my fancies, yes, I'll be with you. Oh, making romances, yet that I'm making believe they're true. Babe, lend me your chops for just a moment, and my imagination will make that moment live. Yes, give me what you alone can give. I guess I will not dream on.
Not such a bad way to start a Sunday, right? Good morning, everyone. I hope this finds you well. To my Canadian friends, happy Thanksgiving weekend. American friends, we have that happening in a little while, but we will celebrate American Thanksgiving as well. I'm so very happy to be here with you. It'll take me a little while maybe to gather my thoughts, but it's been an eventful week with challenges and rewards. One of the things that I like to do on a Sunday is basically give myself the time to just get introspective a little bit and put everything in its proper place and try to communicate it in a manner that is relatable to everyone here. So that's the challenge that lay ahead of me. I'm not there yet. It'll take me a little while to get up and wake up. I left the laptop on just in case one drops, but Sunday is not really a drop kind of day. I think I might have a surprise for you. Let's say it's a 50% chance for those of you who are so inclined. I might do a show tonight. It's not something I'm going to do regularly or anything, but I might do a show tonight simply because all of the things that made this week, in my opinion, a success, a personal success, requires a whole lot more work. Okay. Let me play you a song, have a drink, smoke a joint, and see if I can gather my thoughts a little together. But just know that I am filled with gratitude for this community and everything that we do together. This is a good community. There are good people in here. And I hope to be able to properly express that. All right? So, very possibly tonight, I'm not making any promises unless I'm completely exhausted. But I do know myself well enough to know that when I have something in my mind and I want to get it done, I get it done. So I don't sleep until I get it done. So it is possible this evening that we will do a show, okay? We'll continue on the jazz tip for a little bit. I'm going to play somebody that I think I've played once or twice before, but I don't know. Feel like going a little deeper today. It's Jimmy Rushing, Esquire. James Rushing, if you wish. He's this is a record I haven't ever seen before. Okay, but it's some great old jazz. And as soon as I was going through my, of course I unfucking did it. I'm a moron. I took the needle off the wrong record. As I was going through my jazz stacks and kind of... Sunday's the easiest day for me to come up with music, okay? Because I have a certain vibe, and immediately I gotta tell you, it's real easy when you got a jazz collection to get into that vibe. So, to me, it's like, all right, well, I started thinking jazz, and even if I don't think of a song immediately, it's very easy for me to just go into that vibe. There are so many people and so many different options when it comes to this. There is 14 people on Twitch, Dre. People will talk. Good morning, Nurse Pusheen. That is Angela. Here's some Jimmy Rushing Jr. for you. I took the needle off, so I guess you're getting a needle drop and everything.
If you've never seen a quaint old southern city, just think of New Orleans. If you've never seen that town, boy, it's a pity. There's nothing like New Orleans. It will remind you of an old-fashioned lace. A glass of wine will greet your smiling face. And if you ever see a black-eyed gal like mine, boy, you right in New Orleans. If you've never seen a quaint old southern city, just think of New Orleans. If you've never seen that town, boy, it's a pity. There's nothing like New Orleans. It will remind you of an old-fashioned lace. A glass of wine will greet your smiling face. And if you ever see a black-eyed gal like mine, boy, you right in New Orleans.
Good morning to all of you friends. Jesse, the Dailies, Tommy Alaska, Jordan Runyon, my wife Dre, obviously, Polam. I'll hit all of you. Jason, Tucci, we'll get to all of you. Grand Chahi, Locked Grooves, just shout out and I will shout you out as much as I possibly can. Great song, isn't it? I know I gotta go to New Orleans. I've never been. I can absolutely guarantee you that I will go to New Orleans at some point. Sooner rather than later. It's just one of those things that's kind of on my bucket list. Simply because I want... Yeah, that was Jimmy Rushing. Simply because I want to take in the city. I want to take in one of the birthplaces of jazz. You know? Really get a feel for it. So, those of you who have been down there, I hope when it is that I decide to do that craziness, that some of you will maybe join me for a weekend or something. Wouldn't that be fun? think I'm just gonna let the music do the talking for a little bit. Let the morning roll on. Let the coffee do its work. Let the weeds do its work, and let the music do its work. And let me just get to this feeling of communion that I get to every Sunday when I hang out with you guys. One of the things that I'm most grateful for is, again, yesterday. Yesterday was just was monumental for me because the realization of what this group, this community is about, just got one step closer to being realized. And I'm not sure if you guys realize what a difference it'll make, but it will, okay? I'll play a song. First, let me bring my thoughts together. I want, with Canadian Thanksgiving, look, we have a lot of Quebec friends here. Quebec is the province where I'm from. Montreal is the city where I'm from. And we have a lot of folks from around here, and I got to tell you, it's something that gives me great pride to know that just, you know, my people feel me just like I feel them, kind of thing. I love where I'm from. I love being born here. I think that I'm fortunate to be born in a cultural center. So, one of the things that makes me extremely happy is being in the company of other Quebecers as this show happens. The international element of this community is an enormous part. It's an enormous part of what makes it so attractive. Okay? Folks come in from different countries. We have people from Taiwan. We got people from Japan, Australia, New Zealand, France, England, Spain, Italy, Greece, Portugal, fucking all over South America. We have people from everywhere, and every single person that comes in here brings their culture with them, brings their sound with them, brings their particular manner of communicating with them. And that's always been the appeal for me. Okay? Now I know that I live somewhere special. So for me, the language has always been, come to Montreal, man. I promise. You're not going to run out of shit to do. If you like culture, if you like food, if you like that kind of thing, you're not going to run out of things to do. We're going to have a good time. But it's the first time, this group is the first time that, this community is the first time that I'm able to have other people who live here just rep exactly what this is about. When a Quebecer comes in, it's a certain flavor. And it's amazing. So, the thing that attracts me is the fact that you guys are from all over, and you bring the best of yourselves and your countries and your cultures with you. The part that gives me a great deal of satisfaction is that now we are able to bring my culture, the culture of where I'm from, to you. That's pretty damn cool, you know? So, it's with that I'm going to play you some harmonium. I think you guys have seen me play harmonium more than once. This was a record that's been missing in my collection since forever. I obtained it only maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, not long ago, but it's a necessity. In Quebec music, Quebec prog. Okay, the band's called Harmonium. I never remember the name of the damn album. Si on avait besoin d'une 5e saison. If we needed a 5th season, it's basically the translation. But it's a masterpiece of Quebec prog, and I'm very, very happy to be playing it for you. Okay. Hope you enjoy it. This is the first track.
Comme s'il avait eu peur, il est allé rougir ailleurs. Gris autour et noir au loin, la forêt me rejoint. Pareil au jeu d'un magicien, la forêt me retient. À 200 avant de me rendre, faut que je m'invente d'autres couleurs. C'est comme si j'avais peur de me retrouver ailleurs. T'oublier toute une année pour t'oublier. Même la folie perd la raison. J'ai le goût de me rattraper, de me retrouver. La 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 la.
spend part of your Sunday. Just beautiful. So nice to see all of you. Eddie Perez, my hermano from Texas. I'm so very happy every time I see you, Eddie. It means a lot to me when I see you. You know that I'll be in your neck of the woods at some point or another, and we will go digging together. Alexandra Guarnieri, Italian name. Well, Guarnieri is an Italian family name. Big hug from Brazil. Obrigado. Many listeners from Brazil. I feel you guys so much because I have a fair, at least for a white dude here who lives in Montreal, I got a fair collection of Brazilian music, and I have great love for every aspect of your music. I'm not certain I've ever heard a Brazilian record I didn't like. So, I love what you bring here, you know? Look, right now is a pretty interesting time. It's an interesting show, okay? Because I'm basically playing between two communities, okay? Or I'm playing between two platforms. YouTube's always been the platform, and it'll always be the platform as far as I know, unless anything really drastic happens. I just, it's a big part of what we do. And ultimately, the archives, the VJ archives exist here, okay? So, those of you who have joined me on this journey, I mean, we've gone 213 straight days since gingivitis started. I didn't realize we were going straight. I'm not sure any of us realized where it is that we were going. But the fact is that we've been here every single day. We've gone through every single day of gingivitis together since we kind of found out that this was all there. And if I remember those early days, it's like there was a big amount of fear because it's like, what the hell is this? People are dying all around us kind of thing. And it's just, we didn't know how long it would last. We didn't know everything. And it's just like, where we can definitely say that 2020 was an extraordinarily bad year. I'm pretty sure that it taught a lot of us something. Okay, it taught us how to embrace the suck. And you have to. You can try kicking and screaming, it doesn't work. So, the best thing that you can do is basically just embrace the hard stuff, fucking bite down on your bit and go. And learn. Learn from a bad experience. Learn from, and look, 2020 is just universal. It is something we will share together forever. We all went through 2020 together. What we have done here as a group bonds us in a way that can never be forgotten. Can never be forgotten. 2020 plus Vinyl Junkies together and what we've done, no matter at what point of the journey you joined us, we've gone 213 straight. It will bond us forever. The community, the kindness, the laying down of our armor and allowing ourselves to feel safe with other people. It won't go away, So I'm really proud of all of this. What's happening now is, I've changed software, okay? Now, how does software change life? Software is going to change life big time in this case, okay? Because to me, I have always said that this here, what makes Vinyl Junkies magic is the community. I absolutely believe that, okay? You know that this community matters because every one of you is a patron, and because the community ultimately is completely monitored. And it doesn't even have to be heavily monitored because everybody here we all want the same thing. We just want to have a good experience, and we want to connect with other human beings over our love of music. And by doing that, we connect in a whole bunch of other ways, and it's worked. It really has. Okay? Now, I know why I collect vinyl. And I'm pretty good, I think, by this point of describing why I collect vinyl. The entire experience. How it is that just the entire experience of putting the record down, the whole willfulness of the whole thing, how it just connects you deeper to the music. One of the things that I was always hoping, and I do hope, and I will do it, and I think I've done it, but I think we haven't done it to where we need to yet, is I would like to show you guys just how connective listening to a record together is. That's the side of the vinyl that we weren't really ever able to do, okay? Playing singles and doing a radio show, that's a format that works, and it's fun, and it gets outrageous. It's just, I have so much fun doing it. But there's an element to listening to vinyl that I've always wanted to express to you, that I've always wanted to kind of show you. And a lot of that is not playing a single and then talking and all the rest of this, because when you think about how this show happened, playing a song and talking is something that was done out of necessity because of copyright. Okay? It is because of copyright that it's like, oh, well, if I play a bunch of songs, then we're going to get our stream taken down if I play just songs consecutively. So if I play a quote-unquote DJ set, right? Forget it. It gets taken down. So the format, a lot of the format, besides the fact that I love radio, I love old radio, and I love those that came before me, the format just is me, But a lot of the format happened out of necessity because the copyright laws are what they are. Okay? Now, something's happened over the last while. Other things have come out of necessity. Moran concrète. Us getting together and making a bunch of noise and making our own music. How did that happen? Copyright police, because I can't play a long record because we're going to get thrown off. So we add our own music. We do a whole bunch of things. And what have we done? Basically an art movement. A Fluxus art movement where everybody does theirs, no matter what it is. As we do all of this, some people contribute with sounds. Other people draw. Other people fucking read. Other people write. Other people paint. It's really become something quite remarkable, and it's like, you don't need to worry if you don't see it fully yet. Because it hasn't been fully realized. I'm not there yet. We are not there yet, but I'm getting there. I promise you'll see where we're going. Okay? But one thing that I'm proud of is that a lot of you have participated. So when it is that we do all of this, I see you guys, somebody playing the bass, somebody playing the guitar, another guy just tapping some drumsticks, another guy painting. Brooke very often paints. Super Laugh Hard has sent me a poem. It's been nice, drawing, a lot of drawing. It's been nice. I plan to do something with all of that, okay? But a lot of this stuff happened out of necessity because it's just, if you play a bunch of songs together, you're going to get thrown out. Copyright law doesn't permit it. Now, the thing is with that it also, the fact that it happened wound up being a complete blessing, and it is a complete blessing because it forced us to go into formats and develop a format to work around the current laws. So we did something really good with it. However, there's one experience that I really feel is I would like as much as possible to share with you guys at the end of this whole thing, honestly. If I know that at the end of my life, I was able to affect people by playing them an album side, introducing them to an album, not just a song, but an album. And being able to be the living, breathing example of why this is special. Why it is special to just listen to an album in community. Why it is special to share, to bond over music. Okay? That, to me, I will die happy. This is what I want to do. This is what I have to do. Okay? Now, radio format is one thing. But radio format, when it comes to a real bonding moment, when it comes to a real vibe moment, you have to realize that it's interruptive. Which isn't a bad thing, but it's interruptive. Song talk, song talk, song talk. In order for song talk and song talk to happen, again, I got to go get records. So there's this entire process that goes into it that takes me, that disconnects me out of necessity because I have to do it. You guys are able to stay in the same room. You understand? But for me, I think you guys know that this show is as much for me as it is for you. It's actually more for me than it is for anybody else. This show is my salvation. It gives me everything. Okay? I feel very fulfilled as a human being doing this. And you've heard me on a few occasions say, I'm out picking a bunch of records and stuff, and I wish I could just hang out with you. That's the part, that's the part that I always miss the most, kind of just hanging out with you. So, and again, one of the reasons that Sunday is the way Sunday is exactly because of that. Because it's important for me to connect. It's important for me not necessarily just to do a show, but to connect. Okay? So what I do is I remove certain things that interrupt a flow of thought. I remove requests. Well, for the most part. Today my Zoom is on, and I'm happy to have it because it's just I see Osterhout is in his backyard, mother's milk in his backyard with his children. You have any idea how happy that makes me? You know how happy it makes me to see people out there with their kids? Okay? But for the most part, I disconnect for all of this. And one of the reasons is because I want to connect more directly with you. I want the feeling of communion. Okay? That feeling of communion isn't the sole property of religion. That's not the way it works. Communion is not a religious thing. A feeling of community, feeling of communion is just basically the etymology of community, communion, same damn thing. Just the whole idea of doing something together and connecting over it. And from my experience, and I think what it is that I can offer most to you all through this show is to make you understand just how wonderful and just how connective music is. Just how powerful vinyl is. Okay? And there is no better way to do that than to play you an entire album side. When I play you an entire album side, I don't have to worry about running around. You get to listen to the way an artist wants to give you the music. You get to listen to the progression from one song to the other. And every album, every record tells a story. Side 1 is chapter 1. Side 2 is chapter 2. Depending on how many records are in there, there's the different chapters. But there's a wholeness. There's a gestalt there. Okay? And when you play an album side for somebody, you're giving them that story that one song does not do. Taking one song out, especially in for a lot of records, taking just one song out sometimes is almost criminal. Because it really does, in order for you to really grasp the beauty or the intent or the magic of what the artist is trying to give you with this record, you got to listen to it from beginning to end. And I get lost in that a lot. That's something that I've been doing a whole lot of time. That's something that I've done my whole life, and I will continue to do forever. And I've always been extremely keen on sharing that with you, because I won't even have to speak. Because just by doing it and you guys hanging out and us listening to a record together, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. You're going to get it immediately. And it's going to make your life better. I believe that. That's why I do it, because I actually believe that. I've never been able to do any of this, right? Because of copyright laws. Because if we play an entire record, we get tossed off. So this is where the software comes into the picture. Twitch doesn't toss you off for streams, for live streams. Twitch doesn't keep an archive like YouTube does. So YouTube keeps the archive. If ever you want to see replays, YouTube's always going to be the place, okay? But Twitch, there's a huge thing there. Besides it being an amazing platform, it doesn't take the music down while it's playing. It doesn't take the stream down. It mutes the music after the fact. But while it's happening, none of that happens. So it allows us to stream uninterrupted, and it allows me to do what it is that I really want to do with this community and realize it far more fully. It allows me to play you a record. It allows us to do something in community and really get a feel for, not just by one song, but by listening to an entire record, you're just, fuck, I know this now. My God, I didn't know it was this. And we did that yesterday. This week was the 25th anniversary of Godspeed You Black Emperor's, classic 2 LP set, Lift Your Skinny Fists Like Antennas to God or something. I forget the fucking title. Okay. It's a nearly 2-hour opus. And we got started on it, and I played it. We wound up playing all 4 sides. We stayed here late yesterday because we played a nearly 2-hour record from beginning to end. And we did so in community. Now, eventually, YouTube threw us out. But Twitch did not. So we have this big community now on Twitch that's growing. And we were just able to listen and not worry about anything and just listen to the music and vibe and talk and just... And that's the feeling of communion that vinyl can give you. That the power of music can give you. Not in a discotheque or not in a dance club or not in a bar kind of way where you're listening to one song or another. It's listening to an entire record, sitting, having a drink, being comfortable and having a conversation over that. Okay? That's a beautiful thing. It allows you to get into a conversation, know the people that you're around, and it allows you to dig deeper and develop a deeper connection with the music that you're listening to, because it's not just one song, it's something that just goes on. And it's not one thing that's interrupted by another thing, it's just one artist. And I believe that that's going to be a huge change to the show. Because now we're going to start realizing the potential of what this is, and you guys are going to start realizing what it is that I'm trying to do with that. I like the radio part. I also like the part that connects us, because I think the part that connects us is probably, in a lot of ways, the most important thing of all. I think that's one of the attractions here. We are a good community of decent people who bring their best, and we connect in a very real way. Being able to let the record play connects us even more. So I'm beginning to see where it's going, and I'm very grateful that it's going there. I'm happy that a lot of you have already found us on Twitch. Please know that this whole software thing is a new thing, so it'll take us a while to get everything worked out. But hey man, look, it's the second day. Everything seems to be going off without a hitch up to now. Does it sound good? Does it look good? Does it sound good? And there's a whole lot that we're going to add to the thing to bring us closer together. I know we're going to be working on this goddamn thing. It's just me and Polam. It's pretty clear that we're going to be working on this thing and try to give you something special by Monday. That's one of the reasons that I'm saying I may do a show tonight, because I know myself. I really know myself, and I know that I'm somebody that once this show is over, I'm going to want to just work hard and test it. I want to get there as fast as I can for you. Because I'm very anxious. I'm very keen on sharing this experience with you. I'm very keen on trying to show you through the actual experience why it is that I do what I do. There is a level to this that we haven't hit yet because we were busy jumping one hurdle and another hurdle, and now a lot of those hurdles were removed, and it'll allow me to go one step further, and it's a fantastic thing. The reason I say this is because the radio show will always be there, but one thing that we've done, and I mean, I certainly, you guys are welcome to share your thought on it, but one thing that we've done and has happened over the last while is that usually after I go past my 3-hour mark, I start playing album sides because I prefer playing album sides. So what we do is we crowdfund an album side and we just go. And I know that it's amazing for me. I really like it because, again, it goes down to what it is that I'm talking about. It connects us, Well, we're going to be able to focus a lot more on that, and it's going to open up everything for me. Because whenever I played an album side for you prior to yesterday, it's like, well, I can't play this because we're going to get thrown off. I can't play the vast majority of my collection. So basically, the exercise was always for me to find the records that won't get us thrown off. Now, none of that exists anymore. Once we do our first 3 hours of radio, afterwards, if we want to crowdfund a side, we can crowdfund the side. And if YouTube takes us down, they can go fuck themselves. It doesn't matter because we have a platform and we're still doing it. You see? So now, you know what that happens? If I have 6,000 or 6,500 records in there, let's say 6,000 records, that's 12,000 sides. Now I can really start showing you what this is about. Now I can start thinking in terms of album sides or even entire albums. God, fuck, I can't wait to play this for you. I can't wait to play this for you. I will be able to really open up what makes me so passionate about this, and I will be able to, if music is the kind of thing that blows your mind, if it isn't, then it's not for you. But if music is really the kind of thing that blows your mind, I will be able to blow your mind on a regular fucking basis. Okay? Because these stacks contain fire. And there are records here, no matter how deep your collection goes, I got shit over here that's going to knock your socks off. Just like your collection would have stuff in it that will knock my socks off. Okay? But I look at people with thousands of records in their collection daily. In this case, I'm talking about you. Dude, I'm going to rock your world now. The shit I can do with this now that I'm not being taken down anymore, I will rock your motherfucking world. Now you're really going to see what this collection is about. And we're going to be able to share that excitement together. Because you love music as much as I love music. You love art as much as I love art. And you come here for community just like I do. We're going to be able to put all of that together without any interruption. Magic, friends. Expect magic ahead. Expect magic ahead. And I'm very excited to be able to share that with you. So, look, I'd like to invite you folks to join us on Twitch. If you haven't already done an account, Raphael, bonsoir. I love you, buddy. I love your wife, Ivana. I love your children, Corto, and that other brat. I love them all. Go make yourself a Twitch account. Things are changing. Things are evolving here. So I'm going to play you some songs, and we're going to enjoy the rest of our evening, the rest of our day. You will likely see me tonight, and we'll do another show. and I'll play a bit of everything. We'll see how it goes, but I now don't give that much of a fuck about getting thrown out anymore, because it's like, all right, well, throw me out. I don't give a shit. We're here, you know? So, we've been handed the tools needed in order to make this a better community. And I have been waiting for the opportunity to do what I'm going to do going forward. I don't mind putting in the extra time. You guys know that. I like working. I'm a workaholic. I'll probably stay that way, and I enjoy it. So, if we crowdfund sides, folks, I'm going to be able to suggest a whole lot of stuff to you now. And I can't wait to do it. Thanks for joining me on this journey up to now. Please know that ultimately I answer to you. I answer to you, man. You're my customers. You pay the freight. I don't ever take that for granted. Not for one single second. Not for one minuscule nanosecond. Do I ever take that for granted. Every single patron, I appreciate. Every single act of kindness I appreciate. Because you are the magic. So, we've now been handed the tools to extend that magic. And I can't wait to start doing that for you. I look very, very forward to it. Let me play you a song, okay? How about some Charlie Rouse? Let's get some bossa vibes up in here. mean, how can you not feel good? Puts a little fucking sway in your hips, doesn't it? I'm extraordinarily happy. You know, we're going to fix up the Twitch room so that we have other mods. We'll make sure that we do everything properly there, okay? But, yeah, listen, everything about doing a show tonight feels right. Like I said, unless I get tired and it's just, I know that I've overextended myself. And that's one thing that I've kind of learned to say and to do. One thing I've learned a lot, and I think it's just probably more solidified in my head than it's ever been before, and that is that to say and to do are two different things. Saying it is the easy part. Saying it ultimately doesn't mean anything. Okay, and I've been absolutely guilty of saying and not doing. And the reason for that is sometimes that I want to give with my heart as much as I can, but I can't do it. I wind up saying more than I can do. I mean, that happened a lot before. It's just that it's something I try not to do anymore. Okay? Because saying you're going to do something, I mean, may indicate your intent, and it's nice. But ultimately, if you're going to say it, you're going to do it. You got to do it. Because that's the rub. You want to know what your character is? Your character is doing what you say and saying what you do. That's what it is. So if you say and you don't do, eventually, I hate to say it, but you're going to earn yourself the reputation of being somebody who talks but doesn't do. That'll take you so far. Eventually, people will realize you're full of shit. Saying and doing are a very different thing. So the way that that's changed me a little bit is that I say less. I know what I want to do. I know that I'm excited. I know that I want to do a whole lot. But I know that if I say it, I got to do it. So it makes it so that I think I spend a few seconds more thinking about what I'm going to say first. Because I always factor in, can I do this? You know? Why am I saying that? Because I'm doing one of those things, right? One of the reasons that I've taken Sunday off is simply because I need the break. And here I am saying I'm going to do a Sunday show. You know, I'm saying it with the caveat that, look, you know, if I get too tired, I can't. But on the other hand, you know what's in my heart, and I kind of know myself to know that, you know, I'll drag my ass and get it done no matter what. But, feeling like you are responsible towards something that's bigger is something that gives your life great value, great meaning. You give yourself a reason to feel good about yourself. Because if you said that you were going to do something and you wind up doing it for that person, then you can look in the mirror and say that. And nobody can ever take it away from you. And, you know, for those of you who suffer from insecurity, you know, you beat yourself up inside, don't think I don't know what that is. Oh, fuck, I know what that is. You look in the mirror, you don't like what you see. There are things that you don't have control over. There are feelings of shame over some things. Whatever your personal story is, it's not a matter of knowing your personal story. Everyone has their story. That's the point here. The common line here is that we all have our story. The best way to change that relationship with the person in the mirror is to give yourself a reason to want to step up to the mirror. Do something that makes you feel good about yourself, whatever that is, whatever. Okay? And there are different levels of feeling good. And some, in my opinion, have more value than others. And for me, you can do for you, but then when you look in the mirror, you did for you. And some people are too fucking narcissistic to see anything beyond them. So those people are probably lost. But when you do something with a purpose that is beyond you, when you do for others, when you do based on a principle that you live by and abide by, like all human life has meaning. All human life matters. Love and respect and courtesy towards each other matters. When you do something for somebody else, that act of kindness, helping an old lady across the street. I mean, I know that at my worst, when I was like fucking ultra angry, long hair, the whole deal, right? One of the things that used to give me the greatest pleasure is helping others in little ways, in ways that felt safe because I didn't really feel a connection, because I wasn't able to connect with people. I was too scared. But little things like helping helping an elderly person with their groceries, walking with them for a spell, listening to their story, and just helping them. See an old lady, you see an old man with some grocery bags, take a load off for them. I mean, ultimately, I'm the type of person who opens doors for others, and that wound up being a little bit of a frustrating experience, but I still do it. I still do it because I think that it's courtesy. It just frustrates when you open a door for somebody and people walk through and they don't even have the courtesy to say thank you. That makes me completely crazy. Okay? Because I come to the conclusion where it's like, I just opened the door for an asshole. What are you going to do? Are you going to let the assholes in the world change your good behavior? You can't do that. You can't. You can't let them win. You know? The big joke that I always use here is like, 1 out of 10 Radiohead fans is a cunt. 1 out of 10 radio fans is a complete twat. I don't want to fucking talk to them because they're exactly the people that just turn me off to Radiohead to begin with. But I mean, you can't let them win. Ultimately, that can probably be said about all of just society in general. 1 out of 10 people is an asshole. Straight up. You know? You can't let the bastards win. You can't let the bastards win. You can't. Because if it changes you, then what do you do? How do you win? If you think they're bastards and it changes you, what does that say about you? You have to be able to go beyond that. You have to serve something higher than just yourself. I think. Some people call it God. Some people, I think it's just a set of principles. I think it's a code. I'm an Italian guy, and a lot of parts of who I am is just basically that old Italian mentality. Men of honor. You got to be a man of honor. You got to follow a code. And I respect people who follow a code because I follow a code. And the reason I follow a code is because I have to know that I do things because there is something higher than what's happening just around me. And it helps me to navigate those 10% of assholes that basically drag things down. Okay? So one of the ways that you can fix that is limit your exposure to those things. Ultimately, I mean, another way that you can say that is be a snob. But value your time. Choose the people around you wisely. Because they reflect who you are, honestly. Okay? If you're going to hang around with pigs, you're going to smell like shit. I'm sorry. If you hang around with pigs, you smell like shit. You can make whatever fucking excuse that you want. You can spray as much perfume. You hang around with pigs, you smell like shit. Because the question always becomes, why are these people hanging around with pigs? Why are you surrounding yourself with pigs? Now, ultimately, that comes down to one thing that has to be looked at. It's like, well, that means that you basically have to determine that some people are pigs. Yeah, that's the rough way of saying it. Maybe the more relatable way of saying it is, some people are not worth your time. And you have to be respectful of your time. If you truly want to be a good person, you have to be respectful of your time. And have to know that there are only so many hours and you need to do the best that you can with that time. So you can't make time for everybody. It's impossible. It doesn't exist. Okay? So whatever you do, you have to be mindful. So, I mean, for me, that's why it is that I cut out a lot of nonsense. That's why it is that I throw people out. The minute it is that I see that there's even a sniff of a troll, I throw them out immediately. Of course, I make a big joke of it. And I tear him a new asshole because it's the show and it's fun. And it is. I mean, I'm having fun. There's no doubt about it. Believe me, I don't feel bad about tearing some anonymous asshole a new one. I don't feel bad about it. Not even close. Okay? Yeah, Polam just put up a quote that absolutely is, it just fits this situation. Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process, he does not become a monster. And when you look long into an abyss, the abyss looks back at you. Yes. So you can go out and say, oh, well, you know, these assholes are... Yeah, but you know what? If those assholes around you are forcing you to become a counteractive asshole, how did you win? How are you better? How are you better? No matter what side you're on. How are you better? You want to fight a monster? Remember why you're doing it. Make sure you don't become a monster too. So, there are choices in life. You have to choose who it is that you spend your time with. You have to choose who it is. You have to choose the things that matter to you. And you have to realize that there are endless possibilities. There are endless possibilities of how it is that you can spend those hours that you have, those waking hours, and it's entirely up to you, and you have nobody to blame but yourself when it comes to that. You want your head to get better, you have to make sure that you clear the garbage. You have to clear the garbage. Okay? So, I mean, that's something that I do. Oh, but that person might be a potential patron. That person might be a nice person, but they made a bad impression. Well, I go with what I see. What, I'm going to give you more chances to act like an asshole so that I can eventually turn you? It's not my job to fucking turn you. It's not my job to make you understand. I have to be respectful of my time. And in order to do what I do properly, I have to cut things out. And you have to realize that you gotta do that. People will call you a snob for it. Fuck it. Those are people that don't have their own standards. Okay? You can't force somebody to respect you. You can't force somebody to respect your limits. But if somebody doesn't respect you and somebody doesn't respect your limits, believe them when they show it to you and when they say it to you. What are you going to say? Do you think it makes you a better person to say, well, look, this person hasn't respected my limits, this person hasn't respected me, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep working on it until they finally get it. At some point, what you got to do is you got to say, fuck, you know what? I got to move on. I have to do something better with my time, I have to move on. I have to cut. It's absolutely fucking important. You know, respect your time. And I'm telling you, if you respect your time, you're going to carry yourself in a certain way. And people are going to see that you respect your time. And people are going to be less likely to waste your time. The internet kind of changes all of that because people can stay anonymous and they can kind of snipe. But even then, what do you think? What do you think that we do here? Why do you think that the group works? Like I said, we get rid of those people immediately with a fucking quickness. It's respecting your time. It's respecting the community. Everybody knows that you're having a difficult time somewhere. We're all going through some shit. But you understand this thing, this community that gives back to you. And we can't lose track of that. Because as soon as you make yourself the exception, other people make themselves the exception and it doesn't work anymore. There have to be boundaries. Understand what those boundaries are for you. Set those boundaries for yourself. And to me, pay close attention to those people who respect those boundaries and if you don't, and those who don't. You know? You need to love yourself. It's a lot easier to love yourself when you're not spending all of your time fighting monsters. When you're not spending all of your time fighting windmills. When you're not spending your time contributing towards the noise that takes you away from what is truly important. So, hey man, it's your life. If you're not going to curate it, why the fuck should anybody else care about it? Me? I'm a snob. I know I am. I curate every moment of my life as much as I can. I try to make every waking moment as positive as I can. And I acknowledge that I'm not perfect, but I try all the fucking time to be better. And I struggle with the hard things. What else can you possibly ask of yourself? You know? Janice is here. So much love for you, Janice. I hope you're well. I love how some of you folks have just... Whenever some folks come into the room, have you noticed it's just... They get such a reaction because they bring so much positive with them. Janice, you're one of those. You know that. Let me continue some music for you, okay? Those of you who relate to any of what I'm saying, if you're new here or whatever, hey, consider becoming a patron. You want to be part of a community, then be part of a community. Me, I'm going to play you more music. Let's go back to Brazil, all right? Marcos Valley.
Eu vim banhado só de luz negra, vendo os dentes brancos do Mumbai. Sigo madrugada dançando, vendo a noite em luzes piscando. Meu amor, se eu tiver que me perder, seja com você ou pensando em você. Compre seu sonho e viva sorrindo. Vejo os dentes brancos do Mumbai. Eu me aposentei desta vida e dirijo a empresa de sonhos, meu amor. Se eu tiver que me perder, há de ser alguém parecido com você. Só perdendo o juízo, eu acho a cabeça. Compre seu sonho e viva sorrindo. Vejo os dentes brancos do Mumbai. me aposentei desta vida e dirijo a empresa de sonhos, meu amor. Se eu tiver que me perder, há de ser alguém parecido com você. Parecido com
Vejo os dentes brancos do mundo,
meu amor, se eu tiver que
vejo os dentes brancos do
há
mundo,
de ser alguém parecido com
vejo os dentes brancos do mundo.
meu amor, se eu tiver...
So happy every time I'm able to get a new Marcos Valley record. I love this guy. I don't see myself ever getting fed up of Brazilian music, man. It still seems like just an endless well of awesome. So, every time I get a chance to hear a new record from an artist I like, it's like, yeah, all right. I'm doing this right, you know? I don't know. In a lot of ways, I guess I'm saying I'm a musical anthropologist, you know? This show for me is a kind of anthropology. We go here, we go there. We communicate from people from all over the world. We connect with them. And it makes us all feel more human. It's a beautiful thing, man. The power of music is simply can't be overestimated. It's truly magic. So it's a privilege for me to be able to share that magic with you on a regular basis, man, on a very regular basis. We're here every day. It's remarkable, you know? And we will be here every day, right up until the end of the year, to the bitter end. No matter what this year still has to throw at us, we will do it together. And we will do it with kindness and empathy and love towards each other. That's not such a bad thing. To know that you can check into a place and do that for at least a few hours a day, yeah. It's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing. So, we got some work to do, and I'm happy that a lot of you are joining me on the ride as we grind through 2020 together. We'll get through it, you know? Love will keep us together. I need that Captain and Tennille song. I find myself needing all of these old records. All of a sudden, I want to hear them, you know? All right. What do I have up here next? Okay, let's do some Tom Waits. My favorite record from Tom Waits. No, that's not true. I have many favorites. Just it depends on the mood. But the early stuff, yeah, this is the first record. Closing Time is a record that gets a whole lot of turntable time here. You know? With this possibility of playing entire album sides, this is something where it's like, my God, I'd love to be able to play you the entire Tom Waits record, you know? I'm not going to do that now, I mean, but it can happen, you know? You should know, new folk, I've put up the Twitch address up at the top, Twitch TV/Vinyl Junkies. What it is that I think I'm learning here is that there's an entire social media, there's an entire community aspect that's much more robust there than it is on YouTube. And I think that's amazing. Like, for example, it looks like you can just talk to each other, you can friend each other on Twitch. And you can send each other private messages. There's no advertising. So at this point, I think it's too early for me to say, but it seems like it's like, in a lot of ways, it's like Facebook without all the bullshit. I'm enjoying it, you know? And know that this is your space. So you guys, let me know if there's things that we can do in order to make the space better. Does it mean we're going to do it? No. But no today might not necessarily mean no later. We might do it later, depending on time, you know? Whole lot of things. But understand that this space is your space. The space belongs to you. So I will do my best to create the best space possible. Give you a place that you are proud and always look forward to hanging your hat. You know? I think we can do that. Why don't you let me play you some Tom Waits, okay? Is it alright if I play some records for you?
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, my time went so quickly, I went lickety-splickly out to my old 55. As I pulled away slowly, feeling so holy, God knows I was feeling alive. Now the sun's coming up
pretty, right? Yep. Tom Waits could sure turn a phrase. I mean, he can still do that. He got so much weirder. Magical. Dude's the best. All right. I'm kind of feeling I gotta play music. That's kind of what it is that I want to do right now. Just get back to that. What do I do here? You know what? I'm going to go to Genesis. I had my copy of The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway out. And one particular record, one particular song just fits the whole vibe. So I thought I'd play it for you before I put it away. How's that? You guys feel like listening along with me? Thank you.
There is lamb's wool under my naked feet. The wool is soft and warm, gives off some kind of heat. A salamander scurries into flame to be destroyed. Imaginary creatures are trapped in birth on celluloid. The fleas cling to the golden fleece, hoping they'll find peace. Each thought and gesture a chord in celluloid. There's no hiding in memory, there's no room to avoid. The crawlers cover the floor in the red ochre corridor. From our second side of people, they've more lifeblood than before. They're moving in time to a heavy wooden door, where the needle's eye is winking, closing on the core. The carpet crawlers, heed their corners. We gotta get him to get out. We gotta get him to get out. We gotta get him to get out. There's only one direction in the faces that I see. It's upward to the ceiling, where the chamber's said to be. Like the forest fight for sunlight that takes root in every tree. They are pulled up by the magnet, believing they're free. The carpet crawlers, heed their corners. We gotta get him to get out. We gotta get him to get out. We gotta get him to get out. Mild man and Superman are held in kryptonite, and the wise and foolish virgins giggle with their bodies glowing bright. Through the door, a harvest feast is lit by candlelight. It's the bottom of a staircase that spirals out of sight. The carpet crawlers, heed their callers. We gotta get him to get out. We gotta get him to get out. We gotta get him to get out. The porcelain mannequin with shattered skin fears attack, and the eager back lift up their pictures. They carry all they lack.
That one just has a Sunday vibe to me. Big old fan of Genesis. Guess I'm not alone, you know. Everybody enjoying the Sunday? We having a good day? I hope so. Pour yourself that extra cup of coffee like I just did. Try to enjoy the day. Give yourself a chance to recharge your batteries. You need to. You're no good to anybody if you're not good to yourself, so be good to yourself. Give yourself a break. How ironically that I'm saying this as I'm prepared to do a show on a day that I don't do a show on anymore. But I'm doing that for me. I'm doing that for me, and I'm doing it for the bigger picture as well. So sometimes, you know, you're willing to sacrifice. And I've given myself an out. If I can't, I can't. Okay? And you know that if I can't, it's just, that's it. It just won't happen. You know. That can be misconstrued by some people, but sometimes you have to understand who it is that it's being misconstrued by. Because some people will say, well, he's got his head up his ass. This guy, all he thinks about it is himself and what's good for him. And it's like, well, no. I mean, okay, yeah, sure, but I think the bigger picture is that it's important to be true to who you are. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to just not take yourself into consideration? You're no good to anybody if you're not good to yourself. So, once it is that you take the words that other people say and you kind of break them down and you realize, you break it down to like their truest intent, it starts becoming really easy to see people for who they are. Yeah. The language and the way people use it. Sometimes you have to realize that they might be saying something in a certain way, but ultimately, what they're telling you is don't give a fuck about yourself. How dare you give a fuck about yourself? You have to. You have to. You gotta love yourself. You gotta be good to yourself. Can you be the only person in the world? Of course not. Like I said, you gotta serve a greater purpose. But the way you serve the greater purpose is by being your best self first. So it does have to start with you. You gotta be able to do right by you. So, take care of that space between your ears, you know? Work on it. It's supposed to be hard. It's painful. But know that you're not alone. You're not doing it alone. And in the case of our community over here, if anything, you know that we actively say, hey man, we're all in the same boat over here and you're not alone. Sometimes knowing that everybody's there and kind of acknowledges it, it almost kills the elephant in the room, you know? It takes away the tension. It's just, okay, well, everybody's fucking tired. Everyone's burdened. You know? Makes you feel not so alone. Maybe it's just hippie bullshit. I don't know. I don't think it's just hippie bullshit. I believe in it. And so now I'm going to play something that I've been meaning to play for a few weeks now. It's a record that I talked about with Blumkin, Michael Osterhout. I've certainly expressed my complete adulation for Charles Mingus on more than one occasion. And one record that I wind up talking about usually to people who, who go deeper with their collection is Mingus Moves. This is one of the later records. This, I think, was released in 73 or 74, right? And whenever it is people talk about jazz, they always go to the classics. I mean, and rightfully so. right? Especially if you're starting your jazz stacks type of thing, you want to be able to have the classics because the classics basically give you the language. It gives you your footing, you know? So I absolutely get that. It's kind of like, right, when you're learning a new language, you always want to be able to have certain words. You have to have a certain base, right? I mean, what do they say? You got to know like about 1,000 words or something like that in order to say that you know a language. I don't remember what the exact number is, but it's that, you know? So it's not a record that I get to talk about a lot, but I mean, for those who like jazz and go deeper into jazz, Mingus Moves is just a brilliant record and one that I go back to so very often. And I'm going to play you a track that I think certainly fits the Sunday vibe. I'd play you the whole side, but I'll play you a track that'll kind of drive the point home. If you enjoy it and find it pleasant, then you'll know it's for you. Other than those who go deeper into the Mingus catalog, I guess this is going to be all new to you. But yeah, this is some 70s Mingus, and it's some of my favorite. I never remember the name of the song, though. I've had this album since forever. You think I'd know. Opus 4. Here you go. So Angela's still trying to do her nice thing on Patreon. If those of you that visit the Patreon page, go take a look. Our two newsletter editors, the dailies, are looking for those of you who feel like submitting your own creative work. Any poets here? Anyone feel like writing some poetry? We'll put it in our page. Understand something. We are not critics of art. We are lovers of art. We are participators of art. So do it, enjoy it, and be proud of it, and understand that there is a process. And appreciate the process. I mean, ultimately, that's Fluxus, right? That's the Fluxus movement. Just the value of art is in the actual making of it, the here and now. So that's certainly an idea that I like very much. Write some short stories, man. Any writers here? We got readers. I could not possibly encourage you more fervently to create art. So I guess I'm going to play the next one, probably two, for my wife, whose uncle passed away a few days ago. Uncle Zuzu, you know, tough dude. Ultimately, somebody who very much believed in family a great deal. And I had a healthy respect for him. Because at the base, I saw a good human being who cared about his family, you know? And I was able to overlook his sometimes gruff exterior. I mean, who am I to judge when it comes to that too, right? You always got to look a little deeper. So, he passed away. It's been a little bit of a difficult time for the family. It's been a difficult time for my wife. And she wanted me to play a song. Now, she wanted me to play Everybody Hurts by R.E.M. Well, firstly, I don't have it. And secondly, the reason I don't have it is because I hate R.E.M. But I thought I was still able to come up with a few things that kind of fit. I wanted to play Eye in the Sky by Alan Parsons. I can't find the record, so I can't play it. Because that would be a good one. And I mean, if I find it before the end of the day, I don't mind doing a three-piece, you know? But I thought of a few songs that somehow will fit a good groove. I mean, the next one kind of, the title really says it to me completely. It's just ultimately, I mean, what is this thing that we do? What is this thing that we call life? We're just riders on the storm, man. 2020 is probably the perfect personification of that. We're just a bunch of riders on the storm, so. When a song comes to my head and I think of a theme, I generally just trust it, you know? So, yeah, Zuzu. You had my respect, you know?
Riders on the storm, riders on the storm. Into this house we're born, into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone, an actor out alone. Riders on the by the hand, make him understand. The world on you depends, our life will never end. Gotta love your man. Yeah. Riders on the storm, riders on the storm. Into this house we're born, into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone, an actor out alone. Riders on the storm. Riders on the storm, riders on the storm, riders on the storm, riders on the storm.
Chill, right? That's what I thought. I have another one here that I want to play, and somehow I can't find it anymore. I pulled out some Roberta Flack. Oh, okay. I know where it is. Thought about Roberta Flack as well. So, It's never a bad idea to play some of her music. We'll play a couple. Put a little bit of a place a little bit of a mind and a tip of the cap to somebody who's not with us anymore. So, never did talk music with you, Zuzu. Don't know what that is, but I like music, so this is the only way I know how to shout out, you know?
Strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. So I came to see him to listen for a while. And there he was, this young boy, a stranger to my eyes, strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song. With
and I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm pretty sure that this is the original version of Killing Me Softly. I mean, unless there's something I don't know, which is possible. I mean, it's possible, but I think this is the original track, which was then covered many times, you know. Rolling right along. It's a lovely Sunday. You guys relaxing? You taking a bit of time for yourselves? I hope so. I'm going to keep playing a couple of tracks that kind of keep me in that mood. Have you guys ever heard of the Ghetto Brothers? It's basically a Puerto Rican gang. It's a Puerto Rican gang, a New York Puerto Rican gang that was part of those big fucking gang wars, those big turf wars that happened out in New York, you know, during the time that landlords were burning their buildings down because they could get more from the insurance than what the actual buildings and land was worth. One of those bands, basically, those of you who have seen the movie The Warriors should know that the entire movie The Warriors, basically, which is fiction but is based on those fights, those turf wars that were happening in New York at the time. It's kind of the same thing. So this is kind of like the real deal. This is one of the gangs that basically agreed to a ceasefire and agreed to try to bring peace among the gangs, and rather than fight each other and kill each other, try to work together in community. And one of the things that they would do is they do this through music. So Ghetto Brothers was a band that basically put together of gang members who would put together a bunch of instruments and just go practice. And this is the album. One of the persons who came out of this peace treaty was DJ Kool Herc. It is DJ Kool Herc, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's DJ Kool Herc. I might get the name wrong, but hip-hop was born. A lot of New York hip-hop, the roots of New York hip-hop, was born from these gangs. So, I thought I'd play a track for you. Right? You guys are wondering, how is gang music going to fit? Well, maybe it won't. Why don't we let the record spin, and you guys can tell me if it's hitting you in the right spot.
Buenos, amados hermanos, compañeros y compañeras, ustedes saben y ustedes reconocen que son puertorriqueños, ¿verdad? ¿Verdad? Ahora vamos a enseñarle a esta gente ahora que nosotros nunca los olvidamos que somos boricuas. Ahora sí. Sigue tan bonito. Me encanta la música criolla. Sigue, amados hermanos. Que viva la isla de Puerto Rico en mi corazón. Me siento bien orgulloso, amados hermanas, compañeros y compañeras, que Puerto Rico es nuestra isla y nunca se olvide de eso, ¿entiendes? Imagínate, mira esa música tan bonita. Mira para allá, música criolla, boricua. Ahora tengo ganas de comerme un buen plato de arroz y habichuela. Ay, bonito, me encanta la música puertorriqueña. Me encanta. Ahora mismo estoy pensando de esa isla tan bonita, las palmas de coco, el yunque, ay, y el mar, y las mujeres, ay, Dios, tan bonitas que son esas criaturas. Que el Señor bendiga eso. Ay, le doy gracias, Señor. Le doy gracias que soy puertorriqueño. Ay, Yo tengo una isla en mi corazón y esta isla mía está sufriendo mucho. Viva Puerto Rico libre, viva Puerto Rico libre, viva Puerto Rico libre, viva Puerto Rico libre.
Yeah. Ghetto Brothers. I dig him. I don't know. Not even sure what made me think of them, but wanted to play some. So wanted to add a little bit of that Latin vibe, you know? Maybe it's because, I mean, ultimately this record was, even though it's a gang record kind of thing, it's just the entire idea of the record is to nurture positivity, and it was a gang for good at this point. You know, this is after the peace treaty and all, and this is one of the ways that the gang did something positive. So maybe that's why I picked it. I'm not sure. I mean, this next one kind of fits the vibe too, but I think this next one will be a lot more obvious as to why I picked it. I'll just let the song play, and you guys will see what I mean.
Something beautiful about today. The sunlight fills my room in such a beautiful way. Something wonderful about today. Makes me want to stand up and start my life in a brand new way. It's a new day. It's a new day. And there's no way, no time, no day where you can stop me now, 'cause it's a new day, standing right in front of you. Take it now, do it now, 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 now. It's a new day, got to be a new day.
In our world of time and trust,
From the sea to the moon or bust. Heavenly scent from man-made flowers. You can see small any old tower. There's M16s in their streamlined jets. There was even a first for the New York Mets. Truman Capote's in cold blood. New kinds of soaps with crazy scents. Many times I sit and think, what it'd be like without that man. Would there be love? Or would there be hate? Would I care if my hair wasn't straight? People talk about my race. They're always saying, get in your place. They overlook the poor at hand. What's in store for the great
Something beautiful about today. The sunlight fills my room in such a beautiful way. Something wonderful about today. Makes me want to stand up and start my life in a brand new way. 'Cause it's a new day. It's got to be a new day. I came across a man one day who said he didn't know my name. I told him what's the difference. He told me it was all the same. Whether it's you or me, him or her, close to that or further away, it's a new day. It's got to be a new day. Standing right in front of you. Do it now, yeah.
when the main chorus to a song is "Today's gonna be a good day." Sounds like a beautiful mantra to me, man. That's the kind of thing that puts me in a Sunday vibe. I'm glad that you dig it, you know? All right. Trying to prepare for what's happening tonight. All of a sudden I'm thinking about tonight. Usually I just stay off. Have I put too much pressure on myself? I don't know. Right now, I'm enjoying my time. And, well, I guess we can consider this part of the tribute to Zuzu, maybe. I just thought about a bunch of songs that kind of hit me in the feels, you know? So, why don't we play a classic?
Still be loving you when mountains crumble to the sea. There will still be you and me. Kind of woman, I give you my all. Kind of woman, nothing more. Little drops of rain, whisper of the pain, tears of love lost in the days gone by. My love is strong, here there is no wrong. Together we shall go until we die. My inspiration's what you are to me. Inspiration, look, see. And so today my world, it smiles. Your hand in mine, we walk the miles. But thanks to you, it will be done. For you to me are the only one. All right, yeah. Happiness, no more be sad. Happiness, I'm glad. If the sun refused to shine, I would still be loving you. Mountains crumble to the sea. There will still be you and me.
It's gonna come back. Sure, I'm not the only one who's heard this record countless amount of time. What a great record. Took me a while to go back to Led Zeppelin. Here it is. Yeah, it took me a while to get back to Led Zeppelin because I just felt like I didn't have a choice for a long while, and yeah, I don't listen to radio anymore, so I'm back to my Led Zeppelin records. I'm not sure I can still play. I still can't play Zeppelin 4 though. It's too much. Too much. Great record, I know, but radio killed it, you know, for me. But I mean, I love the band. I do. I mean, it's hard not to. But it's like anything else, you know, if it's being force-fed to you, it kind of makes you want it less. All right. Why don't I play you some jazz? We're down to the end. I'm going to play you a nice long one from Kamasi, Washington. And then I'm going to play you an entire album side from Ennio Morricone. Actually, Yo-Yo Ma, working with Ennio Morricone. So that'll finish us off right, that's for sure. Hope you guys have enjoyed your Sunday up to now. Got some good tunes ahead. Make sure that we put you on the right path towards enjoying the rest of your day or your evening. Here's a song called Cherokee by Kamasi, Washington.
heart enthralling Cherokee. Dreams of summertime, all of the time gone by. From my memory, so tenderly inside my brave Indian warrior. One day I'll hold you, my arms enfold you,
Cherokee. Not to be confused with the jazz standard Cherokee. Not the same song. The standard Cherokee is significantly more, a significantly more pace to it. This is kind of like a chilled out song. It's a an original composition by the one and only Kamasi Washington. Really, this album that it came off, triple album, the Epic, is exactly right. It's an epic record. So it's the kind of thing that you'll always see me kind of going back to every once in a while. Sunday is one of those shows where you'll see Kamasi come out. Actually, look, the thing is that now that I can play the longer songs, I kind of no longer worry about getting thrown off. I think what I'm going to do, it's probably too late to say this, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to put it up also on what's it called, on Patreon and all the various platforms. I think tomorrow, I think tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Twitch only stream. Okay, I'm not gonna broadcast this over YouTube. I don't want to deal with YouTube at all, and it's an extra show. So what I'll do is put it up only on Twitch and see how that goes. I mean, maybe that'll encourage you to check out the platform for yourself. It's really, like I said, it's really a great platform, like a great platform. So the address is right up there, twitch.tv/vinyljunkies, twitch.tv/vinyljunkies. Find us there. And 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so just over, 6 hours from now, I'll do a show that's going to be different, I think. I'm going to see. I'm curious to see what's going to come out of it, too, because basically by doing it on Twitch, I'm telling myself, okay, well, this will not exist beyond live. Okay, so the show that we're going to do, just so that you know, is going to be real radio. And that's to say that, not like real old school radio in the sense that if you want to hear it, you got to be there live. There won't be a Or maybe I'll do it on Periscope. I'm not sure, but probably there will not be an archive of the show. Maybe there should be. I don't know. I guess maybe there should be. But I'm not going to be doing it on YouTube because I don't feel like dealing with YouTube tonight. So maybe it'll be only on Periscope and Twitch. But, for Twitter users, Periscope is the thing. But Twitch is definitely what the focus of what I'm doing is right now, because I'm trying to improve that platform. And so we are close to the end of the show. What I'm going to do is play you an entire album side. I've been waiting for the right moment to play this for you because it's downright beautiful, and I'm pretty sure that it'll do good things for you to listen to it. It's a record by Yo-Yo Ma, basically playing a suite of Ennio Morricone tracks. And it's beautiful. It really is. So I could have picked amongst a whole bunch of sides, but I thought that for Sunday, he does a suite of songs from The Mission, the soundtrack The Mission. The Mission, the soundtrack to The Mission by Ennio Morricone is a perfect Sunday soundtrack. Perfect. You add Yo-Yo Ma to the mix and you'll see. It'll hit you in the feels, I think. You know, it's quite a good record. So, those of you who are interested, tonight we do the extra show, simply because I want to test stuff out. So I don't want to focus on anything but Twitch. It'll be a Twitch-only show, probably. Okay. Robert Beauregard says he's supporting us on Patreon. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you value this enough to support it. Look at that, Robert Beauregard. All right. I think what it is it will do... Oh, fuck, I don't have my... Robert, are you around tonight? We have a tradition here. I like to welcome new folk to what we do. And I see that you just became a patron. We went down to 540 and you brought us up back to 541. And I'd like to properly welcome you. So tonight, if you're able to be there at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch, though not here, on Twitch, I'm not going to be doing YouTube, you are welcome to join us. The address is right above, scrolling right off the top. So twitch.tv/Vinyl Junkies is where you'll find us. Subscribe to our channel. Just look for Vinyl Junkies. We're there, and I'll give you a full show. By then, I'm assuming that Polam and I will have worked on a whole lot of features, and we're going to try them out. Will it be perfect? It's probably not going to be perfect. But it's going to be fun to see what kind of a show I'm going to put together when the chains are off, when I can just do what I have to do. So I'm looking forward to it. I really am looking very forward to doing this. Okay? And it's with this that I think I'm going to continue a tradition that I've started just a few weeks ago. The album side really is an important thing, okay? The album side, to me, hanging out and listening to an entire album side together embraces the entire spirit of communion. It's a communion between yourself, the music, and others. And I think I really like that. Now, we generally crowdfund album sides. And on Sunday, I take no requests. I don't take any of that. So it feels especially good to be able to play the album side just because it's something that it's my offering. You know what I mean? So I think the album side is probably something that should be added to the Sunday vibe because it really does fit quite well. Why don't we continue that tradition today with Yo-Yo Ma interpreting some compositions off the Ennio Morricone soundtrack, The Mission. So, did I do you right? Thought so. Perfect way to end your Sunday, right? So check it. Tonight, in less than 6 hours, I'm going to be doing a Twitch-only stream. No YouTube. As a matter of fact, we'll see. I might be making the Sunday Mass Twitch-only as well. So, expect some changes. I think it's a superior platform, and I'm very excited at the possibilities that it presents for us as a community. So, we're going to do something that I haven't done ever. This Sunday at 8 p.m., just basically this evening in less than 6 hours at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be doing an album sides show. Only album sides. Crowdfunded. So, $40 a side. I don't know. Is that covered? Yeah, $50 a side. And I make sure that I do you right. I'll do $40 a side. And what we'll do is we'll really vibe. I'll be able to hang out with you in the room while talking to you, but it'll allow us to kind of just bond as a community and check out the new platform and see, explore it, see what it has to offer, because there's a whole lot more happening on that platform than there is here on YouTube. So, I'm going to catch you on the other side, okay? Thanks for tuning in. See you in just under 6 hours. Out.